What if you could type one line and instantly get a full set of slides, or a detailed research report, or even a polished podcast ready to share in seconds? Well, that's exactly what Oreate AI does. It's an all-in-one professional content generator built for people who want results fast, like students, teachers, researchers, creators, or anyone tired of starting from scratch. And in this video, I'm going to show you how Oreate AI can take a single idea and turn it into a complete, polished piece of content, from presentations and essays to humanized text and images and podcasts. And trust me, once you see how fast this works, you'll never want to go back to doing this stuff manually. So with that being said, let's get started. First things first, head over to oreateai.com, and I've linked to that in the video description below. And when you first land on the dashboard, you'll see all of your main AI agents displayed front and center. Now, the first one we're going to explore is deep research. This agent is designed to gather information, analyze it, and then summarize everything into a clean research report that you could use for videos, blog posts, presentations, etc. And all you need to do is click on the deep research icon there. And once the deep research page opens, you'll see a simple prompt box at the top of the screen. This is where you'll describe the topic that you want Oreate to research. Then below that, you could browse a variety of pre-built templates for academic topics, business topics, data interpretation, etc. These templates help you visualize the kind of output that deep research can create. But I know what I want to research, so in the prompt box, I'm going to type a topic. And for this example, I'll research the best AI tools for YouTube growth in 2026. And then once you enter your topic, simply click that arrow icon in the bottom right corner to generate your report. And in a few moments, you'll be presented with an outline. Now, Oreate automatically organizes your topic into main sections, subheadings, and talking points. And this outline becomes the structure for your full report. And you can adjust any section by dragging, adding, and renaming the headings. For example, if you want to change one of the headings or subheadings, simply place your cursor in it and start typing. You could also add headings or delete them by either clicking that plus icon on the right to add, or that trash icon to delete. Then you could rearrange the headings and subheadings by clicking on that icon on the left, and this allows you to drag and drop them and rearrange the outline to your liking. However, I'm just going to keep it as is, so I'll put this subheading back to its original order. Then you also have the option to add a completely new main header if you'd like by clicking that button in the upper right. Or you can regenerate the outline if you're not happy with it by clicking on the icon in the lower left corner. Then once you're ready, click the Generate button, and the Deep Research Agent gets to work turning your outline into a full research report. And again, you'll see a work in progress message appear, and this lets you know that Oreate is actively building your document. Then this took about 30 seconds or so, but when it finishes, you'll be notified here that the task is complete, and you'll see the document appear on the panel on the right-hand side of the screen. From here, you could scroll through each section and see exactly how the final output is structured. This gives you a chance to review the abstract, the supporting data, and all of the written content before you download or copy anything. And seeing everything appear so quickly and with this level of detail is genuinely impressive. And it's one of the reasons why I think this deep research tool stands out in this platform. Then at the top of the document viewer on the right, you could switch between different formats depending on how you want to work with the content. Right now, we're in the document view, which gives you the traditional long form report with paragraphs and, again, what you're looking at right now. But then if you click on web page, the entire report shifts into a much more design-focused layout. This view breaks your content into clean, organized sections with bold headers, icons, bullets, and visuals, and it looks almost like a polished landing page or a presentation slide deck. You also get charts, graphs, and highlighted key takeaways that are presented in a way that's easy to skim. This is perfect if you want a quick snapshot of your research, or if you prefer a more visual layout while you build your project. Then if you want to take a step back and review the structure only, you could also click the Outline tab, and that gives you a skeleton version of the report, which is helpful when you want to reorder sections or double check the flow before you dive into the details. All right, then let's head back to the document view, so just click on the document tab there. And another cool feature here is that you can actually edit the entire report directly inside Oreate. So if you click the Edit in AI Editor button, it opens the full document in an editable workspace, almost like a built-in word processor. From here, you could scroll through the entire report, highlight any section, and rewrite or adjust the content however you want. This is great if you want to tailor the report to your voice or expand on certain points before using it in a script or blog post. You can also click into any paragraph and type just like you would in a Google Doc or a Word doc. And if you make any change that you don't like, you could use the undo or redo arrows in the top editor to quickly fix that. And this gives you complete control over the final output without having to copy the text to another app. And this keeps everything in one place and makes it easy to refine the report so it fits exactly with what you want your project to be. Next, over on the right-hand side of the editor, you'll notice two tools that you can open anytime. The first one is the Format panel, and if you click on Format, it opens a menu that lets you apply different document layouts to your report. Then once you select the template, Oreate opens the Format editing window where you can adjust things like tile fonts, text size, spacing, and how the header or footer appear. And again, you could go through each one here by clicking the Edit button and see which one you like the best. And then in the bottom right corner, you can apply the settings or preview them to see if they would work for your particular document. Okay, next let's take a look at the research feature. So you can open it by clicking the research tab on the right, and when you do, a search bar appears where you could look up academic publications, articles, report, or other reference material related to your topic. And all you have to do is type in a keyword. For example, I'll type AI, and then you'll see that Oreate instantly pulls in a list of academic papers and publications that match that search. Each result includes the title, the author, the publication source, and a short snippet so you can quickly decide whether it's relevant. And then under each listing, you'll see two options. The first one is Cite, which lets you automatically generate a citation for your report. That's awesome. And then the second one is Get Content. And clicking Get Content opens the full publication so you could read the complete article directly from the source. And in this case, it takes me to the official publication page where I can view the abstract and full text. And if I click that PDF button, that'll give me the PDF version of the publication, and this makes it easy to save sources for deeper research or attach them to your own project files. And since everything is coming from real academic databases, you can feel confident about the quality and reliability of the information that you're pulling into your report. Another helpful tool in the editor is the table of contents on the left side of the screen. Oreate automatically generates this based on your outline and the structure of your report, and each item in this list is clickable. So if you want to jump to a specific section, all you have to do is click on it, and the editor scrolls you straight to that part of the document. This makes it really easy to navigate longer research reports without having to manually scroll through all the pages of text. And then once your report is finalized and you're ready to use it outside of Oreate, you can export it from the top right corner of the screen, and clicking the export button lets you download the entire document as a Word file or PDF. Both formats preserve the structure, formatting, and any style templates that you applied earlier, so you can keep everything looking clean and professional no matter where you import it. All right, next, let's take a look at the full screen view option. So in the upper right corner of the document viewer, you'll see the full screen icon. Go ahead and click on that, and the entire page expands edge to edge so you can read or review the document without any distractions on the screen. This is especially helpful when you're working through long reports, checking formatting, or you just want a cleaner reading experience. And then whenever you're ready to go back, just click the same icon again to exit the full screen and return to your normal workspace. But one thing I want to point out, if you ever X out of a particular view, that'll close the panel out. And this kind of confused me when I first started using this interface, but if you click that eyeball icon within the task, it'll reopen the panel on the right and you can get back to your workflow. Just a quick tip if you're brand new. And once you know where everything is, it won't be a problem though. And then you could also download the documents here as well, no matter which view you're in. So you could still have access to the download option. For example, if I switch over to the web page view and click the download icon in the upper right corner, you'll see the option to download the PDF slides. This can come in handy if you're working with reports, presentations, or anything that you want to save online, share with a team member, or upload somewhere else. And having the ability to export from any view gives you a ton of flexibility, especially if you prefer different formats, depending on how you plan to use the content. All right, moving on. Next, let's go over how to create a full professional slide presentation with the AI Slides Agent. Next, let's take a look at one of my favorite tools inside Oreate, and that's the AI Slides Agent. And this feature lets you generate complete, ready-to-share presentations just by describing your topic. And to access it, go to the home dashboard and click the slide agent icon. And that'll open up a new window where you could either browse through example presentations or jump right in and create your own. So at the top, you'll see the prompt box where you could type in the topic of your presentation. And in this example, I'm going to enter the truth about AI replace jobs, what the data actually shows. And then once the topic is ready, click the orange upload arrow there on the right to send it through. And Oreate will then ask you to confirm a couple of extra details to get the best possible result. Now, keep in mind that there is a countdown timer for you to make your decision, but I'm going to pause it really quick so we can go over these options. So first, you could choose how many slides you want. Just click that drop down and select anything from a quick 0 to 5 slide overview or all the way up to a more detailed 25 to 30 slide presentation. And for this walkthrough, I'm going to keep it at 5 to 10 slides. Then below that, you could choose the style or category of the slides that best fits your topic. You can pick from business, education, portfolio, marketing, technology, lifestyle and travel, research, or corporate. And for this example, I'm just going to leave mine on education. Then once your settings look good, go ahead and click the Generate Outline button. And Oreate will instantly build a full slide outline for you. Now, this only took a few seconds, but just sit tight really quick while it does its thing. And then once it's done, you'll see each slide in outline format displayed one by one, including the title and bullet point content for each section. And you could scroll through the outline and review everything before moving forward. But also from here, you can click on each section and make edits if you'd like. Just start typing and change the heading there. And then on the right-hand side, you can add a new slide by clicking the plus icon or delete this slide by clicking the trash can icon. And then you could also add a new slide by clicking the new slide button in the bottom there. And then also, if you're not happy with this outline, you can regenerate it and get a new one by clicking that icon in the bottom left corner. And then once again, on the left of the slide outline, clicking on that icon allows you to drag and drop the section so you could rearrange them in any order that you see fit. Okay, then whenever you're ready to generate the slide deck, click the Generate Slide button, and the slide agent gets to work. Once again, you'll be able to monitor the work in progress here. And this took about 30 seconds or so to finish, so let me fast forward really quick. And when it's done, you'll be notified here that the task is complete, and you'll get a preview of your slide deck on the right-hand panel. From here, you could scroll through each slide and see how the agent translated your topic into a polished, professional presentation, complete with visuals, structured layouts, headers, bullet points, and smooth transitions from one section to the next. And what's really impressive is how cohesive everything looks. The slide agent doesn't just generate text, it formats the entire presentation for you. Design, structure, flow, everything. This kind of project would normally take hours if you're just building it manually in PowerPoint or Google Slides, but here you get a full, ready-to-use deck in under a minute. It's an enormous time saver, especially if you create presentations often, or if you need something polished for a meeting, a class, or a video and you're short on time. Now, if you want to get a closer look at the slide deck, you could switch over to the full screen view. Just click the full screen icon there in the upper right corner, and the entire presentation expands so you could review each slide without any distractions. This makes it a lot easier to scan the layout, check the formatting, or walk through the deck as if you're presenting it. And when you're done, you could click the same icon to return to the normal view. You also have download options available right here in the top right, and clicking the download icon gives you two choices. You could download the presentation as a PowerPoint file if you want to open in Google Slides or Microsoft PowerPoint and make adjustments there, or you could download it as a PDF if you need a quick, shareable, print-ready version. And having both formats available saves you a ton of time, especially if you need to deliver something fast or hand off a deck to a client, a coworker, or your team. All right, moving on. Next, let's take a look at how to write full essays with the AI Essay Writer Agent. Next, let's talk about the AI Essay Writer. So this feature is built on a model trained specifically for academic and professional writing. You can generate long-form essays up to 20,000 words with a single click. The structure, formatting, and citations are already taken care of, and it passes most AI detection tools with a success rate of over 90%. So, to open it, click the AI Essay Writer icon there on the dashboard, and this brings you to the Essay Writer interface, and at the top you'll see the 3-step workflow. topic, outline, and generate essay. So starting with the topic stage, you'll see that text box where you can enter your essay prompt. You can type something broad, something specific, or even upload an existing document if you want the agent to reference it. So in my case, I'm actually just going to enter how is AI shifting the cost of starting an online business as my topic or question for the paper. Then below that, you could choose your reference style, your preferred word count, and language. So the word count options go pretty high, up to 20,000 words. So whether you need a short paper or a full research report, you're covered. And for this example, I'm going to bump mine up to the 7,000 to 12,000 range. And then we'll click the next step button. And then that will generate our chapter by chapter outline based on the prompt. And you'll see each chapter listed on the left side. And then on the right, you'll get a detailed breakdown of what each section is going to cover. And this gives you full visibility into the structure of your essay before anything is written. And what I really like about this step is that everything is editable. If you click that three-dot icon next to any chapter, you'll get the options to downgrade the chapter to a subsection, add a brand new chapter, or delete a chapter entirely. So you're not locked into anything. This is your chance to customize the flow exactly how you want it. Then if you ever want a fresh outline, there's also a regenerate button at the bottom, and clicking that gives you a brand new outline based on the same prompt. And then once everything looks good, just move on to the final step, which is generate essay. And the agent will take the outline you approved and turn it into a full, polished essay with citations, structured chapters, and professionally written content. You'll be able to monitor the progress here as the agent is working. It updates in real time, so you always have a clear view of what the essay writer is doing behind the scenes. And even though this message says it may take a few minutes, in most cases it moves pretty quick. And then once the draft is finished, the full essay opens automatically and you're taken straight into the document editor. And this should be familiar from the deep research document, but over on the left, you'll see the complete table of contents, which makes it easy to jump between sections and review the structure of your paper. And then over on the right-hand side, you have the built-in search and format buttons. And then you also can review the content, make edits, add references, or continue refining your draft just like you would in a standard word processor. And then in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you'll notice two helpful callouts: the total number of references included and the final word count, which is especially useful if you're aiming for a specific range or meeting an assignment requirement. Okay, moving on. Next, let's go over how to humanize AI-generated content with the Humanizer Agent. Next, let's take a look at the Humanizer Agent. This tool is designed to take any AI-generated text and make it sound more natural, more human, and less machine-written. So if you have content that feels a little stiff or too polished, or you just want to reduce the chances of it triggering AI detection tools, this feature is going to be really helpful. So from the dashboard, click More, and then from that submenu, click the Humanizer icon. And that will bring you right into the Humanizer workspace. And this layout is super simple. On the left, you have a box where you can paste your original content. And then on the right, this is where the rewritten, more human-sounding version will appear after the conversion is finished. And to show you how this works, I already copied a section of text that I generated earlier using ChatGPT. And you can see the full paragraph here. And then I'm going to go ahead and paste that into the left-hand box. And you'll see that the character count appears at the bottom. There's a 200 character limit per run. So if you're working with a long piece of content, you may want to break it up into smaller chunks. Okay, then once your text is in place, all you got to do is click the Humanize button, and the agent gets to work, and a small processing window pops up on the right showing the progress. And this usually takes a moment or so to complete, but let me fast forward really quick. And when it's done, the rewritten version will show up on the right. And this is your new human-sounding output that's ready to be copied and used anywhere you need it. And I'm going to click the copy button. And then once copied, let's test the results out using Quillbot. So over at Quillbot, I'm just going to paste the humanized text in the Analyze box and then click the Detect AI button, and Quillbot will scan the entire passage and break it down into 3 categories, showing you how much of the text appears AI generated, AI refined, or fully human written. And check that out. the humanized text comes back scoring incredibly well. In my case, Quillbot flagged the content as 0% AI generated, with the majority landing in the human written category. This is exactly what you want to see if you need your content to pass AI detection tools. It's fast, it's reliable, and it gives you peace of mind before you publish or submit anything important. All right, moving on. Next, let's check out the AI image generator. All right, now it's time to take a look at the AI image generator, which is your built-in visual designer inside Oreate. And this tool lets you turn simple text prompts into polished images that you could use for blog posts, presentations, social media, thumbnails, etc., all without leaving this platform. So to get started, from the main dashboard, click on the AI image icon, and that opens up the image workspace. And then at the top, you'll see the agent prompt box. And then below that, there's a gallery of sample images that give you a feel for what you can create. And then to generate your own image, just click in the prompt field and describe what you want to see. And in this example, I'm just going to type orange kitten curled up on a couch by the fireplace. And then when your prompt looks good, click the send icon there on the right to submit it to the agent. And this takes you into a chat view where you could see the image generation card and the live status while Oreate builds the visual. And then I'm going to fast forward really quick, but this only took a few seconds. And after the image has been generated, you'll see a preview appear here in the chat. And then from here, you can click directly on the image to expand it and get a much closer look at all the details. And check that out. The quality is honestly really impressive. The lighting, textures, and overall composition look super polished. And it's one of those moments where you realize how far these generators have come, because you're getting something that looks professionally shot and it only took a single text prompt. Then you can continue making images here in the chat. Simply enter a new text prompt there in the field. And this time I'm going to say gray long-haired dog surfing in the Pacific Ocean at sunset. And then let's send that through. And the AI gets to work, staying in the same chat, which is nice. And then once it's done, check that out. It's a gray long-haired dog surfing in the Pacific Ocean at sunset. The image looks great too. All in all, the AI image generator makes it incredibly easy to go from an idea in your head to a finished visual in just seconds. And whether you're creating thumbnails, blog images, social graphics, or just experimenting for fun, this tool gives you fast, high-quality results with almost no friction. Okay, the last thing I want to go over is probably my favorite, and that's the AI podcast agent. Now let's finish things up by checking out the AI podcast generator. This tool is perfect if you have ideas, blog posts, or research that you want to repurpose into a full audio episode without having to record, edit, or mix everything yourself. So from the main dashboard, click the AI podcast agent. And that takes you to the podcast workspace, where you can see the prompt box at the top and a bunch of pre-built podcast templates down below in categories like explainers, learning, business, and stories. And you could use one of those templates as inspiration, but in this example, we're going to create a brand new episode from scratch. So in the prompt box, type a short description of what you want the episode to be about. And here I'm going to say something simple like ways to use AI to be more efficient. And then once you have your topic in place, click the send icon there on the right, and Oreate creates a new podcast project and the AI gets to work. Now, you'll see the work in progress screen with your topic at the top, and then on the right side, the preview area starts to fill in, but you could leave the page and come back later if you want, but I'm going to fast forward to when it's complete. And when the podcast is ready, you'll see a task completed message along with the finished episode file and the research sources the agent used to build it. Then on the right, you get the full listening experience. This is a custom cover image, a title, and a built-in audio player so you could press play and listen to the episode right inside Oreate. You can jump ahead, back, adjust the playback speed, and preview different sections in just a few clicks. Below that, you'll also get structured show notes complete with timestamps that summarize what is being discussed at each point in the episode. And if you scroll down, you'll see a full transcript of the entire conversation. And that means you instantly have audio content, written content, and reference material that you could reuse for blog posts, social clips, or email campaigns. And then let's take a listen and check out our AI-generated podcast episode.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. I'm Mia, And today we're diving deep into something that's buzzing everywhere. How to actually use artificial intelligence to be more efficient. It sounds so futuristic, but it's happening right now.
Hi, Mia. I'm Lucas. It's great to be here. And yeah, Mia, you're absolutely right. The hype is real, but so are the practical applications for efficiency.
So Lucas, when we talk about using AI to be more efficient, it feels like there are a million different...
Okay, that was pretty cool. Then, if you look in the upper right corner, you'll see the download icon, and when you click that, you're given 3 different formats to choose from. You can download the audio file by itself, which is great if you want to upload it to a podcast platform or share it directly with your audience. You could also export everything as an HTML file, which essentially gives you a complete web version of your podcast page, show notes, and everything else. Or if you prefer something more traditional, you can grab a PDF version, which is perfect for saving transcripts, repurposing content, or sending the material to clients or collaborators. And that's all there is to it. The AI podcast agent handles the writing, the structure, the audio, and even gives you multiple export formats so you could use your content anywhere that you need. It's a super efficient way to turn an idea into a polished podcast episode in just a few minutes. All right, that's going to wrap things up. Hopefully you're able to see how Oreate really brings everything together in one place. And whether you're creating slides, writing long-form content, generating images, or even producing full podcast episodes, each agent keeps the process fast, intuitive, and surprisingly easy. And it's one of those tools that helps you get more done with less effort. And once you start using it, you'll see just how much time it could save you in your workflow. And if you want to try Oreate for yourself and see how all these agents can help you level up your content creation, be sure to use the link in the video description below, and that link will take you straight to their homepage where you can explore everything and get started right away. And if you found this tutorial helpful, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel so you could stay up to date with all the future tutorials. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So that's going to do it for this video. If you found it helpful, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. Also, if you're looking to start a blog, check out these 2 videos on how to build, grow, and monetize a WordPress blog. They'll walk you through the entire process step by step. And as always, your support means a great deal to me and my family, and for that, I thank you. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.